Hey, it's Wednesday, December 23rd. We are almost to Christmas. And with that in mind, I want you to think of a Christmas movie. Any Christmas movie. Got it in your mind? All right, now let's think about that Christmas movie for a second. And any good Christmas movie has an arc, it has a plot twist, it has a moment where all hope seems lost. Maybe it's in White Christmas where Betty Haynes has discovered Bob Wallace's plot to help out the general, and she thinks that he's doing something underhanded, and really he's doing something great. And she doesn't know that, and the whole romance seems to dissolve. Maybe it's the Grinch who's stolen all the decorations and all the presents from Whoville. Maybe it's Ralphie who went to see Santa, and Santa said, "You'll shoot your eye out, kid." And Ralphie seems that all hope is lost for getting that Daisy Red Ryder BB gun. Maybe it's George Bailey and his savings and loan going under. Whatever it is, every Christmas story has that. And in the Christmas story, according to Paul, I'm going to be preaching from Philippians 2, 6 through 11 tomorrow for Christmas Eve. It's this hymn that Paul uses in his letter to the Philippians, Philippians 2, 6 through 11. And if you look at verse 8, and the second question talks about how the tone changes from Philippians 2, 8 to Philippians 2, 9. And if you look at the very end of 2, 8, he humbled himself in obedience to God and died a criminal's death on a cross. That is where it seems like the hope is lost, where you probably thought his disciples were scattered and saddened by the loss of their friend. But then verse 9 is this crescendo where all the hope comes back, where as we think about every Christmas story has this resolution, and those pale in comparison to this in verse 9, where Paul writes, "Therefore God elevated him to the place of highest honor and gave him the name that is above all other names." And if you read on in 10 and 11, is the rest of the story, the Christmas story according to Paul. And I just want you to just revel in the fact that when all hope seemed lost, God sent his son to be born. And when all hope seemed lost on the cross and in the tomb, God broke forth in glorious joy and took back his life and showed us once and for all that he alone holds the keys of death and hell, and that he has defeated it, and that he has overcome it, and the same power that raised Christ from the dead can be found in us as believers. And that, my friends, is the Christmas story according to Paul. Have a great day, and I hope you have a great rest of your Christmas season as we celebrate together tomorrow night on Christmas Eve, and you celebrate with families on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and we celebrate the risen newborn King, and also the King who has been risen from the dead and is now living and dwelling in his most treasured people, and that is you and me. Be blessed today and have a great Christmas season.